Ethan Parker was no stranger to chaos. Being a single dad to his 9-year-old daughter, Lily, meant life was unpredictable, exhausting, and yet, worth every sleepless night. He worked long hours at a local auto shop, fixed cars until his hands bled, and still came home just in time to help Lily with her homework. His wife had passed away 3 years ago in a car accident, and since then, Ethan had promised himself one thing: he would never let Lily feel unsafe in this world. One chilly Friday evening, Ethan and Lily stopped at a small downtown diner after school. It was their little tradition: burgers, fries, and milkshakes at the corner booth with the neon sign flickering outside. Lily chatted about her science project, waving her hands as she explained how she wanted to build a model volcano. Ethan listened intently, smiling at her enthusiasm. For him, these were the golden hours, the moments that made the exhaustion fade away. But as they left the diner, walking toward their car under the orange glow of the street lamps, Ethan's world shifted in an instant. Across the street, he saw a girl, maybe 15, maybe younger, being dragged by a man twice her size. She struggled, her muffled cries reaching his ears despite the traffic. Her small hands clawed at his grip, but the man's hold was iron. People glanced, then quickly looked away. Some walked faster. Others pretended not to notice. Ethan didn't think. He didn't weigh the risks. His instinct screamed louder than any hesitation. He shoved Lily behind him and shouted, "Stay here." Then he sprinted across the street, heart pounding like a drum. Without a second thought, Ethan launched himself at the man, his fist connecting squarely with the stranger's jaw. The grip on the girl loosened instantly, and she stumbled back, gasping for air. "Run!" Ethan barked at her, his voice raw. The man snarled, clutching his face. "What the hell is your problem?" "You're my problem," Ethan growled, his body positioned protectively in front of the trembling girl. By now, people were gathering, phones raised, recording, but still no one else stepping forward. Ethan didn't care. His only thought was protecting this girl the way he'd protect his daughter if she were in danger. The man cursed, then staggered away into the shadows, disappearing before anyone could stop him. Ethan exhaled heavily, his adrenaline crashing. He turned to the girl, who was trembling, tears streaking down her pale cheeks. "You okay, sweetheart?" he asked softly. She nodded faintly, her voice barely a whisper. I didn't know what to do." Ethan crouched down to meet her eyes, his tone gentle. "You don't have to be scared anymore. You're safe now." Lily had crossed the street by then, her white eyes filled with worry. She clutched Ethan's sleeve. "Daddy, what happened? Who is she?" Ethan stroked Lily's hair and forced a steady smile. "She's someone who needed our help tonight. Just like Mommy would have wanted us to do." The girl's name, they soon learned, was Sarah. She was 14, living in a foster home that never quite felt like one. The man who had grabbed her was her foster mother's boyfriend, a man she feared, but no one believed her when she tried to tell them. That night, she had tried to run away, only to be caught, until Ethan stepped in. The police were called, and statements were given. Sarah's story came spilling out in broken pieces, and the officers promised to take her to safety. But as she sat there, hugging her knees on the curb, she looked more lost than found. Ethan felt something stir deep inside him. He saw his daughter's face in Sarah's fear. He saw what could happen if one day Lily needed someone and the world simply walked by. He couldn't bear the thought. "Officer," Ethan said firmly. "Can she come with us tonight? Just until you find her a safe place. I don't want her spending another night with someone who hurt her." The officer hesitated, but after seeing the raw sincerity in Ethan's eyes, he nodded. "All right, just for tonight." That evening, Sarah sat at Ethan's kitchen table, staring at the steaming bowl of macaroni and cheese Lily had set in front of her. She picked up her fork slowly, almost unsure if it was really hers to eat. "You don't have to be scared here," Lily whispered across the table. "Daddy makes the best mac and cheese in the world. He won't let anyone hurt you." Sarah's lip trembled. For the first time that day, she smiled, a small, fragile smile, but a smile nonetheless. Ethan watched the two girls, his chest tightening. He hadn't planned this. He hadn't expected his life to change tonight. But sometimes, the best things happened unplanned. Over the next few days, while the authorities worked to place Sarah in a better home, she stayed with Ethan and Lily. Slowly, she opened up, sharing pieces of her story, the loneliness, the neglect, the nights she cried herself to sleep hoping someone would care. Ethan listened. He didn't judge. He didn't pity. He simply cared, and sometimes, that was all someone needed. One evening, Sarah whispered to him, "Why did you help me? You didn't even know me." Ethan's throat tightened. He knelt in front of her, choosing his words carefully. "Because I saw a little girl who needed someone to stand up for her. And I thought, what if that was Lily one day? Wouldn't I want someone to fight for her too? Sometimes, you don't need a reason to do the right thing. You just do it." Sarah's eyes welled with tears, but this time, they weren't only from sadness. They were from the unfamiliar weight of being valued. The day finally came when Child Protective Services arranged a new foster family for Sarah, one with a record of kindness, stability, and safety. She packed her small bag slowly, her eyes lingering on the home she had grown to feel safe in. As she hugged Ethan tightly, she whispered, "Thank you, for punching first and asking later. If you hadn't, I don't know where I'd be." Ethan chuckled softly, though his eyes glistened. "You don't owe me thanks, kiddo. Just promise me this, never stop believing that there are good people in this world. And when you're strong enough, be one of them." Sarah nodded, clutching the words to her heart as she walked toward her new beginning. That night, after Lily was asleep, Ethan sat on the porch, staring at the stars. He thought of Sarah, of his wife, of all the unexpected turns life had thrown his way. For the first time in a long time, he felt something warm, a reminder that humanity still had power, that kindness could ripple further than anyone could see. He didn't just save a girl that night. He saved a piece of himself, the part that believed the world could be better if people chose to act. And so, the story of a single dad who punched first and asked later wasn't just about bravery. It was about compassion. About remembering that in a world where too many walk away, the simple act of stepping forward can change everything. Because sometimes, the most heroic thing you can do is care.